Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another video of me talking to you about consumerism, about how I am basically shifting priorities at this point. I think that is what it really is to um, figure out that, you know what, it's time to become a real adult and realize. I mean, I've already realized this, and I feel like I am at the midway point where I am definitely more particular about the things that I shop for, what I buy, what I don't buy, what I spend my money on, and what I don't spend my money on. Even today, there are times when I get comments from certain people telling me that, ye review karo, wo review karo. But I'm like, nahi, I'm not someone who reviews products just for the sake of reviewing products. I'm someone who reviews things that I feel like I would like, and then I buy those things, and then I tell you, okay, whether this is good or whether it's not good, what skin type it's suitable for, what the texture is like, what I could compare it to then tell you that, okay, eventually, then it would be like a review that makes sense. I don't want to buy something and try something just because people want me to review it or because the product is popular, and then be like, oh, this is this, but you know what, मुझे तो ये पसंद ही नहीं है. Kind of a thing, because then it will be like, अगर पसंद नहीं है तो किस मुंह से रिव्यू कर रहे हो तुम, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think I have learned that for myself. But apart from that, it's also about realizing, and these are a couple of things I've spoken about, so it's kind of just like a revision quickly for you. Nowadays I feel like sales have just become so much more common, which is why the excitement of a sale has definitely reduced a lot. And I've realized that I don't need to buy something during every sale, because अगर वैसे होने लगा तो every week I'm gonna have a new package at my doorstep. It's just not necessary. Utna jaldi I'm not going to be able to use products. I have so many products in my collection, and obviously my collection is a lot smaller than what it was previously. I recently did my 6-month skincare inventory, which will tell you I've done a lot of great progress, but I have to keep that progress consistently going and also try to reduce the numbers further. If you saw the second half of the video, you would know what are the goals that I've given myself for the second half of this year, and I want to work on those goals, of course. Along with that, I have a channel where I review products, where I talk about products, so obviously I need to be doing that, but I don't need to buy everything that I could possibly buy, even if those are my favorite products, because there are certain categories where and this is where I'm moving towards the low buy no buy part of this video, where I will tell you what categories I'm going to strictly abstain from and what categories I'm kind of allowing myself to buy. So coming back, what I was telling you is that there are certain categories I really don't need to buy because I feel like I have enough in my current existing collection, whereas there are some products where I've been performing really well. So in those categories, if I use up the products that I already have, then I will allow myself to buy more for sure, because I don't want to like not have them at all, if you know what I mean. So yes, I'm gonna talk you through all the categories. I'm gonna tell you which are on my no buy, which are on my low buy, and what I mean by that is low buy means I will allow myself to buy a certain amount if necessary once I use up what I currently have in my existing collection. Whereas if I say that it's on, like, I'm on a complete no buy for a specific category, then that means that I'm not gonna buy any for the most part, unless and until I mention certain caveats, then that would be different. But I'm going to try to stick, like, I'm trying to like be very cutthroat with this and be as strict with myself as humanly possible, or not humanly possible, but as strict as I can possibly be with myself. So yes, with that long ass intro out there, let's dive right into it and let's talk about all the categories. So I'll start first with the categories that I am on a low buy for, which means I will allow myself to buy a certain number if necessary, like I mentioned already. So the first category is sunscreen. Now I am very picky with sunscreens that I like to keep in my collection. Even if I'm buying like 5 or 6 sunscreens. It's not necessary that I will keep all of them. After I try them out and do a first impressions, or like use them a couple of times, I know by that point if I actually like the sunscreen and if I want to actually use up the entire thing or not. If I don't want to use it up, I will declutter it, and if I do think I can use it up and I'm enjoying the product and I like it and I want to continue using it, only then I will keep it in my personal collection. So with sunscreen, I feel like as and when I go through, and I obviously use a decent amount of sunscreen on a daily basis, so this is something I will go through pretty regularly, and of course I want to buy more whenever I need to, especially my favorites. So this one's going to be on my low buy list and not on my no buy list at all. Another product that's going to be on my low buy list is body lotion. Now body lotion I already have a decent amount of, but I know that before the year ends I will still be going through a lot of the body lotions that I have currently, and once I'm done with that, of course I want to replenish my favorites. So I will continue to repurchase my favorite Saint Ives as well as the Chemist Play once I go through my current existing stash. Then we have nail paints. Now nail paints is one of those categories where I want to curate like a nice collection for myself and then just stick to that collection. If I have a favorite nail paint that I love, I do tend to repurchase it once my current bottle dries up. So this will include repurchases as well as include trying out new shades, but I will not go ham and buy like 10 nail paints, but I might add another 2 or 3 in my collection for the rest of this year. So that's why this one is on my low buy list. Then we have perfume. Now perfume I have been very good with this year up until now. I gave myself a goal for perfume in the beginning of the year and I stuck to that goal very well, and I'm still sticking to it very well. I haven't added a lot of new perfumes to my collection this year, and whenever I do, I add them like one at a time because I want to carefully introduce them, test them out, see how I feel about them, wear them, enjoy them. So I'm very meticulous about this, but I still want to continue to add new ones as and when the year goes, especially when winter will come around and the colder weather will come out. I feel like I don't have enough winter appropriate perfumes in my collection right now, and I've used up most of the ones that I already have. So when winter comes around, like say end of October, beginning of November-ish, I will definitely be purchasing a lot of like super sweet, super warm fragrances. So this is not going to be something on my no buy list at all. Then we have underarm roll-ons. Now this is another one of those categories where I don't think I will be doing a lot of experimenting, maybe just a little bit, but my favorites are definitely Chemist Play and Plum, and I have one from Plum right now which I will eventually use up, and once I use it up I will not have any more backups. So I will be purchasing this again very meticulously as and when required, and that's going to be that. I'm not going to go crazy on this category at all because again I don't need to. It's one of those like need based products, not like something I want to review a lot or talk about 10 different roll-ons. That's not where we're at. Then we also have retinol. Now retinol is another one of those which I am not sure how much I'm going to need because I have a few right now and I also have multiples of my favorites, which is the Thrive. So I might need to purchase this somewhere towards the end of the year once I use up all of my current existing stash. But once I do use up my entire stash, I'm obviously going to need to buy and like replenish my stocks. So as and when I go through this category completely, I will need to buy new ones. It's not like I can sustain on my current stash for the entire year. I probably will not be able to. So depending on once the number starts dwindling and if I have just 1 or 2 left, maybe like 1 left, I will decide which one I want to repurchase and do that. Then we have shower gel. Shower gel is another one of those categories which I have not been going too crazy on. Even during the Plum sale, I did not buy any because I was like, I have shower gels for now, I don't need to buy new ones. So I did not, and as and when I go through the ones that I currently have, and also I've become someone who's been showering twice a day, so now I go through shower gels like in half the amount of time I used to earlier. So eventually, again, once I go through my existing stash, I've been saying this for most products, I will need to repurchase. So yeah, that's that. And last but not the least is a cleansing balm. Now with cleansing balm, I had a lot of backups and a lot of the deconstruct soothing cleansing balms, but I've told you how quickly I go through those, and I'm left with one last tube of that. And then I did buy the plum cleansing balm, but that's all that I have, so it's obviously not gonna last me the entire year. If I use if I wear makeup every single day, then I use the plum cleansing balm in about 5 weeks, I want to say. And of course, if I don't wear makeup every single day, it will last much longer. So depending on how long it lasts, and once I go through the plum cleansing balm and even the deconstruct one, maybe in about 2 to 2.5 months. Again, I don't know how long it's going to take, but once I go through it, I will obviously have to stock up on this. So this is one of those categories I don't have a lot of in my collection, and I will obviously allow myself to buy as and when required. So yes, I think the low buy categories are now covered. Let's move to the no buy categories. Here I'm going to be extra strict with myself and make sure that I'm not buying any new ones. The first one we have is a moisturizer. My god, you guys. My god. I have a lot of moisturizers, more than I realize actually, and I feel like this applies for daytime moisturizers. When it comes to nighttime moisturizers, I think I have more. I have less nighttime moisturizers than I have daytime moisturizers. And let me tell you how I categorize daytime moisturizers and nighttime moisturizers. So my daytime moisturizers have to work well with my sunscreen. They have to be more lightweight. They cannot be too thick or heavy, because then it's not going to sit well under sunscreen. But my nighttime moisturizers have to be more thick and heavy, and they cannot be super lightweight like my daytime moisturizers. I generally don't use the same moisturizer for day and night both. So I also don't like to wake up feeling dry the next morning, and if I use like a lightweight moisturizer at the night time, I'm obviously going to wake up feeling a little bit parched, because all the product will just sink into my skin, and then I will wake up dry and flaky the next morning. So for nighttime moisturizers, I think I could put this in my low buy category, to be honest, because once I go through my existing stash, I'm going to need to buy new ones. But when it comes to daytime moisturizers, I have a lot, and I am 99.9% sure I'm not going to need to buy a single daytime moisturizer for the rest of the 6 months of this year. So yes, by the way, I keep saying like 6 months and 6 months, because this is like the second part wala no buy, but I actually don't know when this video is gonna go up. I'm filming this in the end of July, but it might go up in August, it might go up in September, depending on how my video schedule goes. So if you're in September, you might be wondering, there are just 4 months for the year to end. Yeah, I'm talking about December 2023 ka end. So however long that is from the point that you are watching this video at, don't take my 6 months ka rule very literally, because we are doing a lot of pre-filming. So yeah, moving on. Next, another category I really don't need to buy anymore is AHAs. Be it an AHA toner or be it an AHA serum, I am pretty good with AHAs right now in my collection. I'm like 90% sure I'm not going to need to buy anymore. There is a very slight likelihood that by the time the year ends, I will go through all the AHAs that I have. Keep in mind, I don't use AHAs every single day. I now use retinols every single day, and then I will add in an AHA as and when necessary, which is why I feel like I don't go through this as quickly as maybe someone else does who uses a gentle exfoliant every single day. So yeah, I really don't think I'm gonna need this. Moving on, let's talk about our active ingredient serums. So be it vitamin C, be it niacinamide, be it alpha butane, like any of that stuff. So even kojic acid for that matter, because these are all the different active ingredient based serums I have in my collection right now. And I don't use them like any of them together. I will use any one of them as my daytime serum. So considering that, because I have like 1 or 2 of each, and niacinamide I have quite a few, so considering that and thinking about it, I was like, this is another product I feel like I should put on my no buy, because For me to go through all of these is going to take me the entire year. So realistically speaking, again, I don't think that I'm going to need to buy any more, and I think it's going to take me the rest of the 6-ish months, basically till end of December, to use up all that I have. So this is another category which is definitely on my no buy list. And then last but not the least is lipstick. This is a category which I very often put in my no buy, because it can be hard sometimes to like restrain from buying lipstick, especially when there are new formulations, exciting ones, beautiful shades that are out there. But I have to tell myself it takes me forever and a half to use up a lipstick. And even if it's like my favorite lipstick, like the one I'm wearing right now on my lips is from Plum. It's the shade Truffle Tease. This is like one of my favorite lipsticks that I wear super duper often, and I still haven't used up my first one. So for me to keep adding more lipsticks to my collection, trying out different ones, it's just a lot. And I have a decent amount. I have a very varied collection right now, which also includes some duplicates and some that are very special and unique. So the caveat that I've given myself only for this category, only and only and only for this category, is that if there is a particular formulation or a color that is very unique to my collection that I don't have in a different form, and when I say a different form, I mean, like, say for example, like this lipstick, the Plum Truffle Tease, is like a specific formulation. Like, I wear the Plum liquid lipsticks when I really want my lipstick to be like smudge proof, transfer proof, not messy, all of that good stuff. And at the same time, the specific color is one that is a little bit more common-ish. I want to say, like, I can find another pink in my collection that is like this, but it's not the same formulation. You know what I mean? So I can find alternatives, but they're not exactly alternatives. You know what I mean? So if I can make do and replace this with another lipstick, like, I'm just giving you an example. If I can replace one lipstick that I have used up with another lipstick that is similar enough and like the purpose in my head is similar and it's like an easy replacement, then I will just replace my existing lipstick with it. But if I have a specific shade that I cannot replicate in my collection that I really want because I use it a lot, and clearly if I have used up a lipstick completely, then it means that I do use it a lot, so then I will repurchase it. That's the only caveat. The only time I will allow myself to buy another lipstick is if it is absolutely irreplaceable for me in my collection. That is the only time. So yeah, I feel like I gave you a very long explanation as to what lipsticks I will repurchase and what lipsticks I won't repurchase, but I hope it makes sense. And that is the only caveat I'm giving myself, the only caveat. So yeah, that is it for this video. I want to just quickly end this video by telling you why it is so important for me to be doing this no buy, because I've done low buys and no buys in the past, and of course we always want to succeed, but I feel like this time it's different. It's specifically different because I was talking to my mom about this the other day, and I was telling her that, you know what, I really need to be more responsible when it comes to my finances. The money that I earn, I have to put it in the right places, and I have to be very, very careful with not wasting any money. I have to be more responsible about figuring out where I need to spend my money, where I can rather save and not spend it, and all of that good stuff basically. So yeah, that's that. I also want to declutter and downsize my belongings in general, and this includes every category: clothes, makeup, skincare, stationery, whatever stuff I have. I want to try to downsize as much as I possibly can and declutter as much as I can, so then my collection will become smaller. And having a smaller collection does not mean that I'm going to add more new things. It means I'm going to just have less material belongings and that is something that I want to work towards by the end of this year. And there's a specific reason why I'm doing that. I don't want to reveal that yet. I will let you know when the time is right. But as of now, it is something that I'm working on. Not actively, maybe I would say passively, but it's something that's always on my mind. So, yes, I think me being on the slow buy and no buy would also indicate that I'm spending less money, adding less material things to my collection, and going to be able to declutter more efficiently, because it doesn't make sense to declutter and then add new products. Then it's like, what's the point of even decluttering? So yeah, that is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me. And yes, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you going to do a similar low buy, no buy or something? Or what is your consumerism habits like? Like, do you buy a lot of stuff? Are you trying to also buy less stuff? Or are you someone who's always been a minimalist who doesn't buy a lot of stuff? I would love to know. So leave a comment down below and let me know. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye. Bye bye.